I'm here in Albertslund near Copenhagen, where Fnatic is currently bootcamping ahead of the IEM World Championship next week. Sitting here with Karin. We're going to bring on some of the other players later, but let's start off. The first question for you is regarding Muddy. You brought him in shortly after IEM Kiev. Do you see any specific changes, any way that the team has changed since bringing him in instead of Peter?
I'd say Muddy is more like a aimer in the sense of we can give him the USBs, we give him the AKs, whereas it was back in the days with Peter, it was me and Peter dropping USBs and stuff like that. Muddy is probably a great candidate for one of the best aimers in the world, and you know, having him on our side is helping us a lot. Obviously we're missing Peter, but you know, in the end he didn't have the focus and the motivation and the will to actually play on this level. Now we have Muddy, who probably raking up like 120 hours prior an event. A lot of new energy, a lot of new tactics actually, because Muddy surprised me a bit that he is very keen to work on the team tactics. I never seen him that kind of way. You know, I saw him as an aimer, a great player indeed, but not the tactical aspect. And now he's mixing things up a bit, adding some new tactics and ideas how to play the game, and that's also very helpful for us.
Previously, Muddy was also a candidate to step in when you guys had some roster changes. Do you feel he's like a different player now? Do you feel he's like become more mature, or do you think his play style is different, or how do you think he's changed in the last 12 months?
Well, people always say like, was this the right timing? He might have been ready a long time ago, but you know, that's how it is. He has played for other teams, SK, ESC. With the Norwegian mixed team, and he has been kind of committed to them, you know, and before it wasn't, I'd say, not possible. And also during summer every player was signed up for other teams, and we had to take back Peter because it didn't work out that well with Mana during DreamHack. It was just the right decision to take back down. I don't regret any of the decisions we really took, because at that point it felt right, and I think when you're waking up and going to bed every day you should just go with the flow and do what you feel is right. I think Muddy has been on this level for a very long time now, and many among me will agree on that, but somehow our ways didn't collide until now in late January 2012. And yeah, we will do the best out of the situation, and I think it's gonna work out great.
Next week you will be at the World Championship. It will be your 6th World Championship of the Intel Extreme Masters. If you look back in time and going through all the 6 seasons, how would you rank Intel Extreme Masters? Is it the best tournament in the world, or?
I do think so, definitely. At least these days it's sticking out a lot, because it's activating all the continents where CS is still huge. We have Asia, we have America and Europe. And prize money wise is really high compared to the other ones. Great admins and great tournament structure, very professional. And when you come to the finals, you will know that at least 95% of the best teams on the planets are there, and all those kind of aspects adds up to kind of certain thing to say that yeah, it's the best tournament around. It's a bit sad that it is that way, that it's sticking out so much now, that it's actually better than anyone else. And I'm a bit concerned going into IEM Season 7, because rumors are saying that CS will not be around, and that's going to be really sad for the CS community if you don't have that. We lost Arbalest last year, I believe. Yeah. And potentially now IEM. What will we have left? Because I think it's a great community, a lot of great players, interesting teams from all over the world that can play on a high level, and like really nice matchups, you know, a lot of rivalry. And which tournament will be the arena if IEM shuts down? So I just want to say that all supporters out there should try to tune in this weekend and make sure that IEM ESL understands that CS is necessary for their tournament project.
Counter-Strike Go recently has received a lot of updates. What is your opinion about the current state of the game? How far is it from being ready for competitive play?
I don't know, you know, I think if you ask like 9 out of 10, I mean, if you ask 10 professional players right now in 1.6 if they like to play CSGO, I do believe like 9 of them would say like, no, I really dislike it. And then, I mean, those guys playing CS 1.6 today, they started to play CS because they love the game. And now it feels a bit like we are getting forced into change to a game we're not appreciating that much. We don't have the same passion for it. But then again, the gaming industry is indeed a business. We see all the other big titles out there, they're kind of funded by the game producers, the guys distributing it. You have League of Legends, obviously people love to play that, but they have been pushing it so much through, they have understood that, yeah, gaming is a great thing to make a game successful. And CSGO, I don't know really, it feels a bit slow, because it should be out right now for the open beta. Now we're just twittering and facebooking and like advertising about getting those beta keys, but you know, we just need to get people playing it. And in terms of how the game has evolved since I was trying out, I don't think it has changed that much. I think there's like certain things that are really sticking out as a bad thing right now. It's obviously the maps. It's too many details. It's going to be hard for spectators. It's going to be hard for the casters. It's not going to be a great show to watch it because it's so much going on. It doesn't matter if it's another stair, if the maps are different. If you change something, it does too, because people, the teams, will find out a way how to change the balance. We've seen that in the history of CS 1.6 at least, like a map, even Train, Nuke, those kind of city-based map, you still see great teams getting more than 10 rounds as terrorists these days, because they have found out the anti-strategies, how to kind of counter certain things. So yeah, simplify the maps, that would be a great start. In terms of movement, I think CS 1.6 movement is art in itself, you know, watching players with great movement. We have Neo and Force, you know, it just takes the game to another level. They can just change the way the round is played by their movement. You don't have the same boundaries in CSGO right now. It's very strict, and it feels a bit like walking around drunk. If you ever tried that, I guess you have. You don't necessarily feel that natural. You feel a bit restricted in CSGO. Obviously, I haven't tried that much, but I feel the same in Source, and I think that the movement in CSGO is very much like CS Source. Besides that, I think they have a kind of cool overlay. You can see your teammates on their health bars, and I think you even can see which weapon they're having and which positions in the map. Great for team play and great for casters, but maps, movement, and some part of the recoil as well needs to be reconsidered, and then we might have a game to swap to.
So do you think IEM Season 6 will be the last for 1.6?
I do think so, unfortunately, but I love CS, and I hope that the next season will be CS 1.6, because that's where the skill is right now, you know, that's where the fan base are, that's where all the history as well, like it's a great history, and I think it shouldn't be forgotten.
You're signed up for Copenhagen Games. Is that the next tournament where we can expect you guys to show up, or how does the future look for the team?
Yeah, definitely. CS wise, I think we have, like tournament wise at least, we're gonna have Copenhagen Games or the Indian event. We're not 100% sure about that. It's leaning towards Copenhagen, and then I believe DreamHack, we're gonna have to play the Swedish Championship. They are now allowing us to play with the Danish players. I think SK and us are gonna be there. That's at DreamHack, by the way. But normally, like in CS, looking back in my career, it's always events popping up when you least expect it. But the projected ones, Copenhagen Games, and DreamHack, basically.
Up next is Freeze. Let's talk a bit about your preparations for the tournament. Some people have been complaining that it's really hard to find teams to practice against right now. Have you guys had any problems finding teams to prepare against?
No, not really. It's it's the same team all the time, but yeah, it has been that for 1 year, I think. So it's like normal up to the events. It's always the same teams you have to play against.
Do you feel there's less teams than there was before?
Yeah, of course, but still it's because there only 12 teams that have to attend to one event. Normally we have more events and then more teams to practice against. So
your former teammates from Annexus have ended up in a really tough group. Do you think they have any chance in hell to make it out of that group?
not really. I don't think they are good enough. They are in a very bad shape right now. They lost a lot of games in the Danish league, and after their chance back with SFM, I don't think they can do any damage for the good teams.
Well, this bootcamp, do you think your individual shape is high? Do you think it's where you want it to be ahead of such a big tournament next week?
Not really. I still need to play a lot. I have been very busy the last couple of weeks, so now it's just nice to bootcamp and focus on playing Counter-Strike. So I will be there when the event gonna start.
Sitting here with Money. Your LAN debut for fnatic will be next week at the IEM World Championship. Would you have preferred a smaller event to have your debut with fnatic on LAN, or doesn't it really matter to you?
It doesn't really matter. Yeah, I think it's the perfect debut on this big event. All the big teams is there, so I can really show all the fans and all the players that I really is the best choice for fnatic, and I'm gonna try to do my best for them.
Before joining up with fnatic, you were out without a team for like, I don't remember how long, but quite some time after getting dropped by ESC Gaming. Before joining fnatic, how did you have any alternatives? Do you have any other offers?
Yeah, I had some offers from another teams, and I actually said yes to Annexis to play with them for IEM World Finals. But then, like 2 days after Annexis asked me, Con wrote me, so that was the obvious choice to take.
You've been in fnatic since the late January, so a little over a month now. How do you feel in the team? Have you found your place in the team, or do you think it's still some stuff to be worked out?
I think I found my place in the team. It feels like that, at least. So no, I don't think. Nah.
Overall, how is it to like be signed by fnatic? Obviously, fnatic has been around for a very long time. There's a lot of prestige in terms of history and Counter-Strike and fnatic. So how is your like feelings toward joining the organization?
I was really happy when Con wrote me. I have a lot of respect for the organization and the players and the whole fnatic. I have only heard good about fnatic, so I'm really pleased to be a part of this, maybe the last year of Counter-Strike. So I'm really happy.
Those people who know you or follow you know that you play a shitload of Counter-Strike. So I'm curious to hear, like the community would probably like to know this as well. How many Steam hours do you have at the moment before such a big tournament?
Right now I have around 115, and we have some few days left, so I'm probably gonna come up to 130 or something before IEM. At least I hope so.
Do you feel ready with 115 hours?
You can never be too ready. I'm gonna try.
I'm sitting here with Exist now. I have some questions for you regarding Na'Vi especially. They've won the event twice and twice in a row. How do you think their odds are for winning it 3 times in a row?
I think there's a very big chance they will win actually, because they played really good in Kiev. The final, it was just amazing how they played against SK. They just crushed them like 16-3, 16-5 or something like this, and they always seem to be good on the big tournaments like this one, so it's gonna be interesting.
Aside from Na'Vi, which teams do you think has the best shots at winning this event?
I think the favorites are SK, of course, Na'Vi and S Gaming and us. I think that's the 4 favorites.
The last couple of times you faced Na'Vi, you lost and you got eliminated in Kiev. Would you like to avoid them in the bracket up until the final, or do you think it doesn't really matter for you guys?
No, not really. I don't really care who we play against. If it's SK, ESC, Na'Vi, they are all on the same level, so I don't really care, to be honest.
Gox. You're here at Freeze's Place near Copenhagen, preparing for the IEM World Championship. How long have you guys been here, and when are you going to leave for Hanover?
Well, I have been here for 2 days, and the other guys have been here for 3. And we're leaving at Tuesday, right before we're gonna play. 1 day after Group A, I believe. So, yeah, soon.
Your group, what is your opinion about the teams you will face off against?
Well, I think we got the easy way out. We got the easiest group, of course. So about the teams, I think the hardest team is, I don't know really, maybe the Brazilians. They are pretty unknown to us, and when they're good, they're really good, and when they're bad, they're really bad. So we'll see how good they are.
In 2009, when you joined Fnatic, it was shortly before this event of the year. You went all the way and won it back then. What is your feeling about the current shape you have of the team, and do you think it's obviously you will always want to win, but how is your feeling towards going into this tournament?
Well, my feeling is actually really good. I think we have improved a lot with Mod in the team. I think our team play is better than ever, and my feeling is great. But you can't really compare the feelings I had with the 2019, because I was the new guy then, and I had a lot of pressure on myself, which of course I have some pressure now, but I take it a bit more lightly than before. So it's more to ask them how they feel, and I can compare my feelings.
Alright, Karn, I'm not gonna hold you any longer. You have some preparations to do.
Yeah, we do.
Any final words, shout outs, thanks, wishes, whatever?
Obviously, officially welcoming Modi to the team. He has been, amazing in the practice, and it's going to be really interesting going into this big battle that we call IEM Season 6 Finals together with him, along with my other friends in the team, Richard, Rasmus and Michael. Obviously, thanks to all the fans out there. Great to have some support in good times and bad times. Finally, thanks to our sponsors, Raycom, MSI, SteelSys, Gunnar and ASO. You're making sure that we can live our dreams sitting here now and practicing, going into this tournament as prepared as possible, and it's an honor to represent Fnatic.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.